So what I'm going to do is just spend a couple of minutes just introducing myself, and then we're going to have a go at doing a few drawing exercises, some warm-ups, and some activities. So let's have a look. Okay. There we go. Can I have a thumbs up if you can see my screen, what I'm sharing? Great. Thank you so much. Okay. So my name is Anna Zobel, and I'm an author and illustrator from Melbourne. So I'm in Melbourne right now. And I've just recently released a book which is called Little Gem, which is a middle grade chapter book that I wrote and illustrated. And I'll tell you a bit more about that in a moment, but I'll just tell you a little bit more about how I became an author and an illustrator. So when I finished high school, I really, really wanted to try to be an author and an illustrator, and I tried to get into a special art university, but I didn't get in. So I ended up studying teaching, but while I was studying teaching, I thought, I actually really want to do this. I really want to try. So while I was studying, I started making practice books and just making them and sending them to the people who publish books. So sending these practice books to publishers. So I'm just showing you some of these practice books that I made. These are maybe 5 or 6 years old, and I started making picture books and just sort of having a go and trying to write them and trying to illustrate them, and just basically have a practice. And every time I finished a book, I would send it to a publisher and just really, really hope that they would publish it. And the other thing that I made were zines. Can I have like a thumbs up or a hands up if you've heard of what zines are? I haven't had a kid put up their hand up yet. I guess we don't talk about them so much in school. But zines are where you make your own like tiny books, and you can sell them yourself in shops for like $3 or $4. So I just would make my own like little books and sell them. And that was another really good way of practicing. So I sent all my work to lots of publishers, but they all said no. So I was keeping a list, and they all said no. But what happened was I was practicing heaps and heaps, and my drawing started to improve and it started to get better. So making these practice books was actually helping me a lot. So I practiced my black and white illustration, and I practiced my color illustration as well. So hopefully you can see my mouse moving around, but this is drawing in texture and pen, drawing on the iPad. Thumbs up if you've ever used the iPad to draw or to color. Yeah, a few people. Oh, fantastic. That's great. I use it a fair bit, but mostly I work by hand. So yeah, using lots and lots of different materials here. And I also drew my witch character a lot, and she did start to get better. So she started off really simple. I feel like you guys could all draw better than this. And then she did start to improve and get a little bit more interesting. So I became a teacher, and I'm still a part-time teacher. And then one day I got an email from a publisher saying that they had a book that they wanted me to illustrate. And then 6 weeks later, I got another email from another publisher which said the same thing. So first, Michelle showed you this book, The Most Ungrateful Girl in the World. And what I had to do was I had to read this book and sort of think about what the characters should look like. So I got some clues that this character had glasses and that she had brown hair and that she liked to wear skirts. So I drew this character and I thought, oh, this is cute. And I sent it to the publisher. And this is called like a character concept. And I liked it. The publisher came back and they said, no, they didn't. They thought it was too cartoony. They didn't like the line for a mouth. They wanted a realistic mouth. And they didn't love the outfit. So I drew her again and I drew her more sketchy, and I made her outfit a bit more sort of girly, I guess. And I tried to draw a realistic mouth, which ended up looking like a moustache, as someone helpfully pointed out. So I sent it off and I thought, oh, this is great. This is so good. And my publisher came back to me and they said, no, she's too girly now. Can you make her a bit less girly and make her hair look a bit more brown? So I thought, great, this is better. This is darker hair and her clothing's less girly, except when she has to wear this hideous dress. And they said, this looks like a character from the Addams Family and it's too dark. So you have to just keep trying and trying. And eventually I sketched this character and they said, yes, that's great, that's done. So there was a lot of work just preparing to draw the pictures and getting the ideas right. So these are some of the final pictures from Most Ungrateful Girl, which is a chapter book, so it's in black and white. The next book I did is a picture book called Who's Your Real Mum, which came out last year. And I feel excited because I just heard yesterday that it's going to be sold in other countries. So they're translating it to French and Korean, which is cool. And when I was reading this book, there were no descriptions. There's no descriptions in the words at all. So I didn't just get to design the characters, I had to design the setting as well. So I brainstormed and thought, you know, was it happening at the shops, at a birthday party, at the zoo, or maybe at a theme park? And I brainstormed the character as well. And I designed what's called a storyboard. So I sometimes use these in my classroom. If a student wants to write a picture book, we plan it, what will happen on each page in the pictures, because the pictures are telling their own story. So this was a draft for a page, and I thought, oh, it's great because it shows her imagination in color and it shows what's really happening in black and white. And my publisher said, no, they didn't really like the black and white, and they thought this house was way too fancy and it should be a bit more simple. So I had to go away and have a think, and we wanted it really simple, just some basic colors. And her imagination's in blue and her real life is in these sort of yellow tones. So that's the same page with a second draft of illustrations. So this book came out last March, and it's about a girl who has two mums, and this boy's asking her, which one's your real mum? And she's sort of being silly about it and having fun. And this is her imagining that they're sort of flying on pelicans. And you can see all these little dots in the background. This picture took me so long to draw, like 15 or 16 hours or something, not in a row, but all together. It took a long time. If I drew for that long, my hand would break. And I also showed you those zines that I made. And the zines are actually about this little witch, and she became my book that's just come out, Little Gem. So this is the first one I've written and illustrated. So that's just come out, and there's going to be a second book, so a sequel coming out in June, which is really exciting. So yeah, that's how I became an illustrator and an author, through lots and lots of practice. And here's some of the pictures. And I thought we might have a practice together. So I have 2 rules. The first one is I'm a perfectionist, so I know how this feels, but don't give up and don't worry about how it looks, because we're just warming up, we're just practicing together. And my second rule is when I say pens down, we put our pens down, because we will move on to something else. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and I'm going to ask everyone to just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm going to grab one as well. I've got my massive sketchbook here, so hopefully you can see it. Nice and big. I just got your message. Okay, so everyone's got a piece of paper and a pen. What I'm going to ask you to do is just divide your paper into 4 like this. There we go. We're going to need at least sort of 3 or 4 pieces of paper today, so you're welcome to work really small if you prefer. Now, this is just our super, super quick warm-up. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is to close your eyes, and in the very first box, draw a snake with your eyes closed, and you're going to have 30 seconds, and I'm going to do it too. So you have 30 seconds to draw a snake in the first box, starting from now with your eyes shut. Okay, I've done mine. You can open your eyes. Mine looks like somebody stepped on a worm and squashed it. It's very upsetting. Thank you. You can see a couple of pictures holding up. Fantastic. All right, we're going to move on to the next little quick warm up. So same thing, you got 30 seconds. I'd like you to close your eyes and draw a carrot. So I'm doing it too. This is just to get our hands moving without worrying about what we're drawing or making it perfect. And you can open your eyes whenever you're ready. Got a beautiful carrot there from Michelle. Fantastic. Love this carrot from Lucy. Thank you. Feel free to hold it up because I love to see them. Fantastic. I love that, and it's so cute and small. Fantastic. That's lovely. Okay, we're going to do 2 more of these. So I want you to move to this bottom one here, and I want you to have a go at drawing a dog with your eyes shut. And you've got 30 seconds. And I'm going to really struggle because drawing dogs is hard. And open your eyes. Well done. My dog looks like it's been bitten by lots of wasps, and now something's happened to its head and it's got really swollen. Okay. Fantastic. Oh, I love seeing these pictures that people are holding up. So I've got someone called Jim, and I'm not sure if you're really called Jim, but I love what I'm seeing on your little sketchbook. Fantastic. Well done. This is great. Oh, this little dog is so lovely. Okay. Last one. I want you to have a go at drawing a person's face. You got 30 seconds. Close your eyes and let's go. Okay. Again, my person looks unwell. Well done, everybody. That's looking fantastic. So opening up those eyes, great job. Great. And if anybody's got their cameras off but that they'd like to turn on, then go ahead. Oh, I'm loving this. Fantastic. Well done. Beautiful. All right. Let's grab either a fresh piece of paper or turn your paper over, and we're going to keep doing some warm-ups. So once again, I'm going to ask you to divide your paper into 4, and we're going to do some exercises together. There we go. I'm so glad to see that you guys aren't too worried about using a ruler or anything. That's great. Really good start, because it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, what we're going to do here is I'm going to draw, and I'm going to ask you guys to draw along with me, and we're going to have a go at drawing some faces, so some human faces. What I'm going to ask you to do is, starting in this top box, draw a shape that looks like a loose C. That's the side of the face that we'll be drawing today. Beautiful. And once you've drawn your loose C, just opposite it, I want you to draw a small backwards C, and that's our ear. And that's going to help us figure out where all the facial features go, like the eyes and the nose. Fantastic. Okay. Now we've drawn this big loose C for the side of the face. So I'm going to ask you to draw a similar shape in the middle of the face. Like it's a bit like a backwards L. No, a forwards L, a backwards J, and that's our nose. Fantastic. Now, with this face, I'm thinking about drawing someone who maybe looks a little bit sneaky or suspicious. So for the eyes, I'm going to draw 2 long ovals with circles on the right side. So they're ovals. There we go. And just to add to the feeling of sneakiness, above the eyes, we're going to draw eyebrows that are just straight. Oh, I wobbled my finger there, but they're just straight lines. And the mouth is also a straight line. So when I draw this face, I always try to imagine a story behind it, like someone saying like, oh, come and wash the dishes. And this person is going, absolutely not. Now, we've got the face. We want to add some hair. And for this person, I want some curly hair. So I'm going to draw from the top of the head to the ear. I'm just drawing some curly hair. It's like the bottom of a cloud. And then to draw the rest of the hair, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to draw the other ear. And then from one ear to the other, I'm going to draw some big curly hair like this. Fantastic. And now I'm just going to finish it off. I'm going to draw my chin. It's a little short. I'm going to draw a line down from the ear and then another little line underneath the chin. There we go. And that is our first face. So if anyone wants to show me what you've managed to draw, I would love to see. Oh, that's fantastic. That's so cool. What I love about seeing your faces is we're all drawing the same thing, but because you guys all have your own style, they look different, which is so exciting. Fantastic. We've got some shorter hair. It's really great. We've got some bigger hair. Oh, wow. Lucy, yours is very expressive. And the one from Michelle Richards is looking fantastic as well. And Jim Fitzsimmons, that's looking fantastic. Well done. All right. We are going to jump into the next box and we're going to draw another face. So let's start with the same shape, a loose C. And as we did before, we want an ear. This time inside my ear, I want to make it look a little bit more cartoony or 3D. So I'm just drawing an upside down Y. And the upside down Y just makes that ear look a little bit more 3D. Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to draw a different kind of nose. So I'm just going to draw a soft U shape for that, just the bottom of the nose. And then a line curving slightly upwards. There we go. Fabulous. Okay, so I want this person to have glasses. On one side of the face, I'm going to draw a really big circle, and it's actually overlapping the side of their face. And then I'm going to draw another big circle, and I'm going to connect them with a curve. Beautiful. Wow, you guys are really fast. I love the way you're looking back at me to show me that you're ready to do the next step. I'm going to draw some eyes, and these are my favorite eyes. They look like commas, like this, a little circle with a flick. Great, okay. Now I'm going to be doing a sort of suspicious expression again. For this first eyebrow, I'm doing a line that curves up like a U, and then the other eyebrow is the opposite way up. So a regular U and then an upside down U. Beautiful. Okay, I think this person might be smiling. So I'm going to draw just a regular smile. Great, okay. And we'll finish off with some hair. I'm going to draw some braided hair. So I'm just going to draw some squiggly lines back from the top of the head, like this. Just some squiggles from starting at this point back here that connect to the top of the head. There we go. And once again, we want to make sure she's got a neck. So I'm drawing a line down from the ear and a line under the chin. And now we have our second face. Feel free to show me when you're ready. I always feel so inspired by what you guys are doing. Fantastic. Thank you, Kathy. Looks fantastic. Well done. Good to see a few people just finishing up that squiggly hair. I can see by the way that your pencils are moving. That's looking wonderful. Well done. Beautiful. Oh, I love that. I love that from Michelle. That looks fantastic. And you too, Lucy. That's looking great. I just feel, oh, I love that from Jim. I feel like you guys are adding so much personal style to your work. Now, we've drawn some faces that are from the side. We're going to have a go at drawing some simple faces from the front. So I just want you to draw a lovely big U. Great. Okay. We're going to add some ears. There we go. And this character is going to be wearing a bit of a kind of headscarf. So what I want you to do is just coming from inside the, or actually just up here in the middle of the U, draw a little circle with some little bunny ears coming out of it. So it looks like this, and that's actually the knot of the headscarf, and we'll join it all up in a moment. Wonderful. So just coming down next to the ear, just draw some curving lines that connect to that little circle that you've drawn. Great. Okay, and from just behind the ear, we want to draw the circle of the head and connect to the top of the headscarf. There we go. Wonderful, and it's going to look pretty unfinished because we haven't added in the rest of it. So I want you to come over to just the ears again, and we're going to add a fringe. So I'm drawing a straight line, a sort of straight line across with a triangle in the middle. You can imagine that's someone's fringe. Great. Okay, we're going to draw a little nose. So I'm just drawing in between the ears, I'm drawing a little soft U again, just a little nose this time. For my eyes, I'm just going to add in some little, so just some dots. I'm going to do a smile. And then I'm going to do the neck. So just 2 lines curving inwards underneath the chin. And at this point, I'm just going to color in that fringe and color it in black. So it looks a little different to the turban or the headscarf that this person is wearing. In terms of eyebrows, I might just add some eyebrows that are sort of up high. I don't have a lot of room between the eyes and the fringe, but there we go. Just to add a little bit more expression. And that's our third face. And if you're ready, I'd love to see what you've managed to achieve. Well done. Thank you, Kathy and Lucy. Yeah, beautiful. Hold it in nice and close if you like. I love that from Michelle. And Lucy as well. Yours look like proper cartoons that you might see in a book. And Jim, yours as well. Fantastic. Could you hold it up a little higher? From Jim? Yeah, beautiful. So cool how they all look different. Really makes me excited. We're going to draw, because you guys are really keeping up with this. I'm just going to challenge you a little bit with a slightly harder face shape. And with this face shape, we're going to start with the fringe. So what I want you to do is we're going to draw the same fringe shape that we just did. So a line, a triangle, and another line. And we'll start from the fringe. Because clearly I'm dealing with some talented artists here. I've got to give you guys something a little bit harder. Great, okay. So that's the fringe. We're going to now draw the cheeks, and this person has quite large, soft cheeks. So we're going to draw a shape that curves down from the edge of the fringe, and it doesn't go all the way to the middle. If you can imagine, it's like the top of an exclamation mark, but upside down. And we'll do the same on the other side, like this. Great. Okay, in the middle of those two curvy cheek lines you've drawn, just draw a little U, and that's our chin. Great, and now we'll just add a neck. So from the first cheek, we'll just draw one little line going down and then a line coming out of that. So it's basically you're drawing two upside down Ys. And they just make that neck look slightly chubbier, I guess. Or it just adds in a sign that you've got some shoulders there. Great. This face is a bit more challenging, so well done if you're keeping up. That's fantastic. Let's give our character some ears. Good stuff. Okay. Let's add in some facial features. I'm going to, again, just do a nice soft nose in the middle of the face between those ears. But for eyes, I'm going to draw someone with their eyes closed. So on either side of the nose, I'm just drawing an upside down curve like this. You can imagine that they're smiling eyes because they're curving upwards. We can add in a smile. I'm going to add in some lips to this person just on top of my straight line like this. Beautiful. Okay. And for eyebrows, I'm going to draw eyebrows that curve almost opposite up. There we are. Like someone's laughing at a joke. And once you've got those eyebrows sketched in, we can draw some hair. So I'm just going to start just above that triangle we've drawn. I'm going to curve down around the face and flick out. There we go. Got some flicky hair. And you might want to shade that in if you like, shade it in black or whatever you like. Great. I'm going to shade mine in black, I think, but if you're done, I'd love to see what you managed to do. Beautiful. Got some vanishing work by the librarian, some magical vanishing work. Beautiful. Some lovely work from Lucy there and Kathy. Gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Really fantastic. You guys are very clever. Wow. Yeah, Michelle, that's amazing. It's really animated. It looks like yours is being blown by the winds there. Gorgeous. Okay. Well done, everyone. We are going to move on. And I'm going to be sharing my screen again. Let me just get it ready. Okay. Okay, can I have a thumbs up if you can see my screen? Beautiful. And if it does disappear for you at any point, feel free to give me a big thumbs down and I'll know what you're meaning, okay? Thank you for the thumbs up there, Caden. All right, we are moving on to our next activity here. Now, normally I roll a dice, but this time I'm going to ask for your help. So we're going to practice together and we're going to make a sentence. This is a warm-up that I do all the time before I start drawing. So Lucy, could you please choose for me the first noun from this red list here?
Alien.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, I'm happy with alien. Thank you very much, Lucy. Let me see, who else have I got? Okay, I can see. Well, Kathy, would you like to help me by choosing a verb? Because I can see you. You're on mute, Kathy.
My goodness. Cooking.
Good stuff. Okay, cooking is great. I haven't had cooking before, so that's great. Love cooking. And I've got Hugo. Is that Hugo? Would you like to choose a noun for me? And you're welcome. Just hold up your fingers to show the number or unmute yourself.
Helicopter.
Oh, no. Okay, alien cooking a helicopter. You have challenged me here, Hugo, and I appreciate it. Now I'm going to stop sharing. I've written this down. Here we go. An alien cooking a helicopter. I have never had this challenge before, but I'm going to ask you guys to draw along with me, and then we'll do a bit of independent sketching in the next activity. So this is really going to challenge me to think on the spot. I think if I'm drawing an alien that's cooking, I probably am going to think about an alien with lots of tentacles, but I might actually start with the cooking aspect. So what I'm going to draw first is a little helicopter here, and then I'm going to draw a pan around it. So to draw my helicopter, and I'm sure you guys are really skilled at helicopters. I'm not. I'm just going to draw a circle with a little window, some propellers. There we go. Fantastic. So I've got a little helicopter there, which is looking very small and very sad. And I've just sketched it really roughly because I'm just remembering that I'm just doing a warm up, so I'm not too worried about it being perfect. And now, if I'm cooking it, I wonder how an alien would cook a helicopter. I did say pan before. I guess I'll draw a pan. There we go. Wonder how else you could draw cooking, maybe roasting on a spit. So here's my pan. I've got the handle. There we go. And I'm thinking that underneath the pan, I might have some flames probably. There we go. So just some rough flames with some wood underneath. I don't really know if aliens have access to fire, but I guess they do in this picture. And now I've got to draw my alien's arm, and I feel like the alien I always draw is basically an octopus. So I'm going to give it a tentacle that is holding onto the pan. There we go. So I'm just drawing a nice chunky tentacle there. And I'm going to draw a huge head. Fantastic. And I think I'm going to give it a big eye. So I'm going to draw a big open eye shape like this, looking towards the helicopter. There we go. And some eyelashes. And I guess if the alien is like cooking, they're probably hungry. So then maybe they have their tongue poking out like this. Maybe. And I need to finish this alien off with some legs. I'm just going to draw a couple of rough tentacles. There we go. And that's my alien cooking a helicopter. And if I wanted to make this a bit, sort of improve it a little bit, I might add some suckers to the tentacles, like some little circles. There we go. But that's my alien cooking a helicopter. Now, if you drew along with me, feel free to hold out your work. And I'm hoping that it looks different, or maybe you've added in some extras as well. You see a few people are holding up, they've got their pencils. Fantastic. Oh, Jim's holding up their work. Oh, that is awesome. Look at your flames there from Jim Fitzsimmons. That is looking fantastic. Well done. I'm very impressed. You guys are really fantastic illustrators. Well done. Okay, I'll just give you another 20 seconds and then we'll move on. Okay. Thumbs up if you're ready to move on to the next bit. Beautiful. Thank you, Lucas. Fantastic. Thanks, Beth. Great. All right. Well done. All right, we need another page, and I'm going to share my screen once again. We're going to go back to that page that I just showed you with the dice rolling. There we go. Okay, fantastic. This time I'm going to ask You guys can make a sentence with me and I'm going to draw, but you can also choose to draw your own sentence from these lists. Lucas, would you mind helping me choose a noun? So you can just hold up your fingers or you can unmute yourself to choose from the red list.
Crocodile.
Oh no. Okay, crocodile. Thank you, Lucas. Much appreciated. Crocodile. Let me see. I've got Michelle, or the person on Michelle. Would you like to choose a verb and you can just hold out your fingers, or you can unmute yourself? That's your choice from the green list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Could you repeat that?
Marrying, number 5.
Oh, great. I love marrying. Okay. Thank you so much. And let's just get one more. Perhaps Michelle, the librarian, would you like to choose a final noun for us? Number 2? Oh, okay, great. Yesterday or on Wednesday, I had a crocodile hugging a chair. So I'm going to be drawing a crocodile marrying a hamburger. You can choose to draw with me, or you can draw the same thing but different to me, or you can choose your own thing from this list. That's completely fine. Thumbs up if you're going to draw your own thing. You're just going to draw your own thing from this list. Great, fantastic. That's really good. I love it when you guys are doing your own thing. But I also love it when you draw with me. So I've stopped sharing. Did anyone need to keep looking at that list, or is everyone okay? Great, okay. Well done, everyone. Now this is going to be a challenge. A crocodile marrying a hamburger. Crocodiles always throw me because I always forget what they look like, but I know they have a long snout and kind of lumps for eyes, lumps where their eyes are. Here we go. Now, if my crocodile's getting married, I'll put them in a dress. Okay. Here we go. A wedding dress. Let me think. Might do something nice and frilly. Lovely big frilly dress. There we go. And they're probably holding some flowers. Generally, if a character is holding something, I draw what they're holding first and then connect it to them because I find that can be a little bit easier. It's got some beautiful flowers. Just get the arm there and the claw. Beautiful. Now, generally, if you're wearing a wedding dress, you're also wearing a veil. So I might add in a little veil as well on the head. There's like a lacy hat. Lovely. And if they're getting married, they might be holding the hand of whoever they're marrying. So I might draw the arm going outwards. Or the claw, rather. There we go. Lovely dress. And the tail at the bottom. Beautiful. Very elegant. This is not what I imagined I would be drawing when I woke up this morning, but here we are, drawing a crocodile marrying a hamburger. Okay. There we go. So now I'm just thinking about the hamburger. Is the hamburger wearing a suit? Are they wearing a dress? Are they wearing anything? I guess I might draw a big diamond ring on the crocodile's finger. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Caden, you've just typed the word bow. Do you mean that we should draw a bow somewhere? Could you just confirm what you're meaning there? Because I do like that idea if that's what you're meaning. Now I'm going to draw a hamburger. Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to draw a bow on the hamburger. Caden, do you think it should be on top of the hamburger or wrapped around the hamburger? Could you, around or on top? Great. Okay. It's good to have some artistic direction. I appreciate your support and your help. Thank you. Okay. We're drawing a bow around a hamburger. I actually am glad you suggested that because bows are one of my favorite things to draw. I'm doing a big, puffy bow. Here we go. Some lovely ribbons, strings. There we go. And if it's going around the hamburger, I have to draw the bit going around first because otherwise the hamburger will come through. So there's the top of the burger underneath the bow. I'm going quite fast, so if you're drawing with me and you think I'm going too fast, feel free to let me know because I'm speeding through. Normally, if I was in a classroom, I'd have at least 6 kids saying, slow down. But you guys are really keeping up. Well done. Okay. I've got the patty in the middle of the burger. Maybe it's meat, maybe it's vegan. I don't know. And the bottom of the burger as well. So we've got a beautiful hamburger. And I think if the hamburger is marrying the crocodile, maybe they're on like a little stand. There we go. Lovely. Just what we all expected to draw today was a crocodile marrying a hamburger with a big diamond ring. I'm going to give us, let's say, 1 more minute to finish up this silly picture that we're sketching. And then we'll move on to our final activity for the day. So just 1 more minute. And when you're done with whatever you're sketching, feel free to hold it up so we can all have a look. If you feel comfortable. Great, thank you. We've got one from Michelle, the librarian, and we've got one from Jim. Oh, I love that from Jim. That's fantastic. Has your hamburger got hands, Jim? It looks like it does. I can unmute you, Jim, if you'd like to say something. You just let me know. Well, it looks fantastic. I'm so impressed. Let's say another 30 seconds. And remember, of course, you can come back to this after this practice session and finish it up by yourself. Crocodile marrying a hamburger. Beautiful. All right, we're going to stop there. Hold it up if you'd like so we can have a look. Loving this from Michelle. Michelle's got a kitten marrying a hamburger, which I love. And I've got a fantastic one from Lucy there as well, which it just looks so amazing. I feel like I love this from Lucas as well. I feel like I could make a comic collection out of what you guys have drawn today. So creative. Well done. Okay, you're going to need 1 more page today, and I'm going to share my screen one final time with you lot. So let's have a look. Okay, we've had a warm-up and we've had a practice. What we're going to do today is have a look at a sentence and just have a quick discussion. So this sentence says, the boy was walking slowly home. We've talked about how the author tells. So the author is telling what's happening, but the illustrator is also showing what's happening. So if you imagine a page that says the boy was walking slowly home, as the illustrator, you get to design what's going on in this picture. So I've seen kids draw, a boy is walking slowly home because he's a giant and he's trying not to knock over the city buildings. Or on Wednesday, I drew a boy was walking slowly home because he had a giant ball chained to his leg, like a giant rock. So you need to decide, why is this boy walking slowly home? Are they being chased by a bear? Are they carrying 6 monkeys on their back? Like, why is this boy walking slowly home? So you get to choose. I'm going to draw my own idea that I haven't thought of yet, that I have to think of really quick. And you can draw with me, or you can draw your own design. So I'm just going to write this sentence down on my paper, but you don't have to. The boy was walking slowly home, and then you can start sketching whenever you're ready. The boy was walking slowly home. Okay. I already told you that this week I drew a boy walking slowly home because he had something attached to his leg. So now I need to think of a different reason. Why is he walking slowly? Well, I've got an idea. I think that this boy is walking slowly home because he's got his feet stuck in like mud or something. Okay. Think about what my boy looks like. So feel free to sketch along with me or just draw whatever you like. My boy's happy, I think, like my character's feeling happy. And he's got curly hair, black curly hair. There we go. Because I'm telling a story with my picture, I think that my boy is walking home from somewhere, and I'm going to show where he's coming from by giving him a backpack. So I've just drawn the straps of the backpack. There we go. I find drawing walking so challenging. I always have to look up pictures of people walking on the internet so I can remember how it looks. There's his backpack. Okay, and I'm going to draw some legs that are stuck in mud or like honey or something. Yeah, so I'm just trying. I think this leg is like trying to lift out. This one here on the right. And he's sort of stuck in this giant puddle of mud or something. And in fact, I might make it more specific. I might draw a giant jar of honey that's fallen over. There we go. So some disgusting honey. Not disgusting, but if you had to walk through it, it is kind of disgusting. There's my boy walking slowly home. Those are the activities that we had planned for today. Well done. If anyone has any questions, they're welcome to raise their hand. Otherwise, you're welcome to sign off. Is that right, Michelle and Kathy? We're all good?
But did anyone have any questions for Anna just before we wrap up?
So Lucy, you've typed a question. Oh, the self-publishing thing at the beginning is called a zine, and I'll type it so you can see the word. Like the end of the word magazine, and I've just typed that privately. So
actually, I was going to mention about that. We've actually made how to make a zine short film, and we put it on the Youth at Your Library Facebook page. So also feel free to have a little look at that if maybe you'd like to make your own zine inspired by Anna's kind of drawings at the workshop today. They're
great. When I made them, and it says 2014 on the back, so that's like 6 years ago. There's a shop in Melbourne, and I know there are zine shops in Sydney as well, but you just take them there to the shop once you've made them, and you can sell them for a few dollars if you like, or you can bring them to school. But they're a great way to make your own comic book or story.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Thank you, Lucy. Any other questions? We'll just look through. Great. I had so much fun with you guys today. Thank you so much for being so creative. Really well done.
Thanks everyone for joining us today then. Thanks for your time. Do remember to check out Anna's books in your local library, which you can borrow or you can reserve online as well. Also, if you're not a member of our Facebook groups or your parents aren't, then please do join our Facebook page, because we put lots of posts of upcoming activities and events that are happening. So if you go to the Central Coast Council Facebook page and then join the Children at Your Library or the Youth at Your Library group, and you can also find out more about what's happening at your library on our What's On page, or by signing up to our e-news page, and there's details on the library website. So thank you again to everyone for attending today, and also a big thank you to Anna.
Yeah, thank you everyone.